Hey, guys and ladies and gentlemen, I want to take a few minutes with you today to look at what I feel is the best welding inspection program that's available to the public today. And that program's name is Applications of Visual Welding Inspection. This is a real educational services exclusive offering. You only find it with us. It's designed to give a CWIs a track to run on. Actually, this program is beyond what most CWIs do. You'll be prepared for any industry you choose to go into, whether it's military, nuclear, it doesn't matter. This is one that will put money in your pocket. In 1975, I jumped in and got my CWI. I didn't check anything out. I had changed jobs. I had 15 years experience, 5 years welding, 10 years teaching people how to weld. And I thought an inspector just looked at completed welds. And I dove in this thing thinking that was all it was to this inspection. And I hit my head on the rest of the rock. And that part of the rock was the kind of the thing that took the Titanic down. But with that experience in the welding and teaching, surely I could judge good and bad welds. I found out that was only the tip of that iceberg, nor was it what I thought it was going to be anyway. Had nothing to do with what I conceived or perceived as a good weld. But I dove in, hit my head on the rest of the ice, similar that sunk the Titanic. Never thought of all the other things now listed in AWS as B5.1 that I should know. And if you got your computer, you might want to look that up. There's a checklist of 2 pages of things that an inspector is supposed to know when he shows up as a new CWI. Now, in getting experience as a CWI, sometimes we pick up some not so good things. And sometimes folks doing the welding just want you to stamp with a signature saying that what they see is okay and what they do for you is okay. So, this program is the final touch to the CWI. Back in 1980, when we realized that some individuals getting certified had no clue of what a CWI does. Some of them were college-educated engineers, but they had no clue about welding. And so we at Real felt like we needed to do something. And so we did. And the Applications is its name. Why in the world is this program so good? Well, this course duplicates a real job scenario. We start with a customer drawing, and we end up with a hydro on one of the projects. We build 3 separate jobs. We build a vessel to the ASME Code Section 8. We have a pipe and spool piece that we build to B31.3, and a TYK box tube structural support that we build to the current edition of AWS code. So activities for each of these include ordering and receiving and storing materials. Now we know that CWIs don't necessarily order, but we need to know that somebody ordered what the engineer spelled out on that bill of materials on those drawings. And then we need to make sure that we're checking to make sure that the receiving department has properly received that and it's properly marked. And so we monitor. The second thing basically we do is welding and record the data of a welding procedure test coupon. You then witness the next morning the required testing and document that. From that, we write in class a procedure qualification record, PQR, and from that procedure qualification record, we write the welding procedure specification. Now, if you're a recent graduate of and recently taken the CWI program, you know that those are the things that were put into the practical B part. That was a new addition in 2016. And now, you may never write them, but you're going to be looking at every one somebody hands you. So you got to know, is it written correctly? You can't just take it, oh, that looks good, and stick it in a folder. Anyway, from that same test, we're going to write a welder performance qualification record. And then we're going to inspect material preparations. That's before fit-up takes place. And then if the preparations are right, per the drawing and per the welding procedure specification, then we're going to inspect the fit-up, including tacks. And we'll be looking for things like, did they tack it with the correct process? or the tacks feather ground, or they're ready to be incorporated into the well. And the ninth thing that we'll do in that is going to be in-process and final visual inspection, including completion of reports. And we will audit an NDE procedure and witness NDT being performed. We'll witness a repair welding and review radiographic film. We'll actually weld it back up and look at the second shot of it to make sure that the repair was successfully completed. And then on a pressure vessel, we're going to complete a hydro test at the end of the class. And then we're going to go back in there and we're going to finalize a job package for turnovers. The customer is looking for something that they can feel good about and trust. And believe me, guys, they're going to have many packages audited. And those auditors have got nothing to do but to look carefully for what it is that we may have missed. They're not in a hurry. Production's not pushing them. And they want to find something wrong with what we turned in so that they can justify them getting to do it again. So this program is going to help you drive them auditors crazy. The package is going to be put together and everything is going to be in it like it should be. Now, we got some prerequisites for the course. You either have to complete our fundamentals of welding inspection program or have completed the CWI training or hold a valid CWI card. And the reason for that, we're not going to be talking about fundamentals in this. We are assuming you come in knowing the fundamentals, or you should already know them. Will there be classroom work? Yes. We'll be looking at contract documents, and we're looking at job specifications, material specifications, codes, and procedures. So yeah, there's time to sit down and do some looking at documents, but we're not going to be studying fundamentals. Now, this class, held only in Ellijay, Georgia, is limited to a maximum of 10. I don't care how much you got, we ain't putting 11 in it. It's 10 people. The room and shop projects are built to handle these. We don't have 9 people watching one do something. All 10 of you are doing something all the time. So this 40-hour certificate will count towards the 80 hours needed at your 9-year mark. Our facility is equipped with welding and testing equipment. We have, for the class, we named the fabricator Get Real, and a typical customer specification will also be part of the class, along with specifications, standards, and codes. You will act in this program as a CWI that represents a client, and you'll perform every operation that's required by code and contract. And every line item in AWSB 5.1 for the CWI will be covered during this week, plus, not just limited to that. Unlike what happens to new CWIs in the real world, you get the job project before the job starts. Many CWIs don't get the call until the job's been rolling for a few months. And then they want you to sign off everything that has happened up to that point, whether you saw it or not. And guys, you don't want to sign for stuff you can't put your eyes on or go back and ensure was done. You will prepare 3 separate job folders. Each job folder will have all the documents generated for that particular job, and a chronological sequence of every single step will be followed. And the job package will be completed as if it was to hand to the customer at the end of the project. But you get to keep it, plus all the procedures when you leave that class. This package of procedures is valued at over $2,500. And I know, I used to do that for a living and sell those. You get it for the cost of this course. This class right now is held only in Ellijay, Georgia. The next class is going to be better than the last one. I've got another 50 plus hours improvements added, and I'm not even through improving. Nowhere else can you find anything even close to this program. If you're already a CWI and can weld, we'll let you qualify the WPS for your company during the class. Come to Ellijay. We'll only have traffic jam twice a day at the beginning and the end of school, and it's only 15 minutes, and we don't turn you loose at that time anyway. A great location and home of Gerald and Linda. If interested, our telephone is 1-800-489-2890, or if you're local to Mississippi area, call 228-762-2890, or our website, www.realeducational.com, or you can go to info@realeducational.com. But we sincerely hope that you have enjoyed taking a look at this, and something sets a fire. We'd like to see you as one of those 10 in our next class in LJ, Georgia. Thank you very much.